Someone asked me, Ali, if I didn't have a business today and I had nothing to begin with, what business would I start? So in this video, I'm giving you 5 examples of businesses that you can start with just a laptop and a phone and make it a real success. And again, these aren't get rich quick ideas. These are businesses that I genuinely believe will be a real success even in the next 5 to 10 years. Hi, I'm Ali. I'm a husband, father of 3 beautiful children, business owner, and a professional coffee drinker, and someone who's still trying to figure out this whole work-life balance thing. Welcome to my channel where we discuss business, mindset, and productivity, and building a meaningful life. Because success isn't just about the business you build, but it's about the life you live and the time you spend with the people who matter most. If you're new here, I post videos every Thursday at 7 p.m. about business, mindset, and productivity, and remembering to build a business but live the life as well. Here's a question for you all. If I was to give you a laptop, a phone, and £500, which of these 5 businesses would you start? I would love to know, so drop a comment down below. So for number 5, the business I would choose is a recruitment agency. Now a lot of people think it's matching the CV with the jobs, but moving forward it's going to be a lot more than that. Now if you're a recruitment agency just doing that, I don't think you're going to quite make it. What you need to do is to solve a problem that the business is currently facing. No business owner gets into business and think, right, I'm going to start paying recruitment agency fees. What happens is that they realize there's a real need for that to save them time in the day-to-day. Because when you're doing interviews, when you're doing the interviews, putting the job out there to get the right staff, it takes a lot of time. The director, the business owner might get involved in the recruitment stage, it might be the manager, and while you're still searching for the ideal candidate, if you're not finding them, every time someone walks through the door, you're doing an interview, that's time and resources that could have been spent elsewhere. Now, when a business owner realizes that and realizes the money, the resources that's going and just going down the drain, so to speak, they look out for alternatives and look at building a relationship and trying to find a recruitment agency that can save them that time. Because often the recruitment agency fees will be nothing compared to the time they'll spend trying to find the right candidate. So the idea is not to just match them with the jobs, but is to find what the struggles the businesses are having with finding the right candidate and spending that time. This is a real people job. So if you don't enjoy building connections, don't enjoy talking to people, this might not be for you. But if you do and you like building connections, then this is the right thing for you. You only need a laptop, you only need a phone, a LinkedIn profile, social media presence, and not be shy to make phone calls. Now, don't make phone calls and go right into selling. But the thing that you need to do is to call the businesses or email them and identify what the problem is and be the solution to it. Our AI tools you can use as well to help with the selection process, find the right customers for yourself, but do not rely on it 100%. This is what's going to set you apart. If you're a business and it's going to be obvious and you're just relying on AI, you're not going to be set apart from everyone else. This is a business as a real people person, and it will become much more of a need as AI seems to take over. Businesses are going to look out for those that give you that human touch so that they know they're in safe hands. I'm a business owner myself, and I'm not going to rely on AI to find a person, a real person to do the job. And if I am, how's that candidate going to be when they're doing the job? Good recruiters are remembered. So don't feel shy, make the call, make connections, don't go right into selling, go to networking events, and good recruiters are remembered. Number 4 is a letting agency. Now again, in the past, it was a must. You had to have high street presence. You had to have a shop. But nowadays, especially with cloud-based letting agents that's come about, it's become more acceptable to start a letting agency remote. You don't need an office. You could work again on the kitchen dining table or in your spare bedroom. It's become acceptable. Again, in the past, if a tenant had to or a landlord had to sign a document, that's why you ask them to come down to the office and then sign the documents, and you'll photocopy it, give them a copy. A bit long-winded, but nowadays with apps such as Adobe Sign, Signable, you can send those documents for the tenant and the landlord to sign digitally, a digital signature. Who hasn't got a smartphone nowadays, right? So they get a ping on their phone, they open it, read it, sign it there and then, and all parties involved in the contract will automatically get those documents sent without manually you having to sort it out. It's amazing. And if you have the right property software, it can all be done automatically as well. Online referencing can be done fairly easy now as well. You have companies that you can just give the details to, they'll do all the referencing checks and you'll be notified. You can tell your landlord. You can do virtual viewings now, right? It's become so much easier than how it was before. From maintenance reporting, accounting, marketing, you can run an incredible letting agent by embracing technology. And then of course, with that personal touch, you need to meet your landlords, you need to meet your tenants. And yeah, you can do that, because don't shield yourself away and just working from home. Of course, they need the human touch. But what I'm trying to say is that it's not as expensive how much it used to be, and you can start your letting agency today. So if you're someone who enjoys property, building relationships, not shy to make those phone calls, I think this is the right business for you. Number 3 is content writing. Now you might ask me, content writing, Ali, in this day and age? Yes, I know there's AI apps that can write the blogs automatically for you. Now if you're going to go into this business, is embrace this technology, but not use it 100%. Be different to everyone else that's out there. This is going to be a real deal breaker with a lot of businesses that are just going to rely on AI, right? You need to set yourself apart, and businesses will flock to you if you do this, because if you save the business owners time, that's something we value very much, so will come to you in a nutshell. And I'm sure many business owners will relate to this. Now, as a content writer, yes, you can rely on AI, but I think what we desperately need is someone that understands what the business is about, get our voice, know the type of content that we want out there on our blogs, and write them. Yes, use AI to build it, but then you as a human being humanize the content. And it doesn't mean go on the AI and say, humanize this for me. No, it means actually you typing it and rewording in the right tone, which it needs to. Now, once you got the content all together, fact check this, get the statistics in as well, and optimize it for search engine optimization. Create the titles, log into the WordPress, for instance, do the meta descriptions, internal links, compress the images, generate the relevant photographs, and then upload everything onto WordPress. Then you add categories, tags, alt text, schedule the post, and as you noticed, you're not just creating content, you are the content management system for the business. As business owners, we love outcomes and we love saving time. So there's no good of a content writer just giving us the content for us to upload. It takes roughly, depending on what kind of system you use and how quick you are or how familiar you are with it, around 30 minutes to 60 minutes, give or take. And that's time that can be saved. And if you do any of them, and if the business owner rushes through it, gets the content and publishes it, but hasn't gone through the right steps to upload this, it can have a detrimental effect on the website. For instance, if you don't compress the images, ultimately your website will start loading slowly. It will impact the website speed because the images will take a long time to load. If you don't do the right SEO descriptions and meta tags, that will have an effect on the SEO, so you won't rank on Google. So it's all that comes into play by saving time. They can do all the content, but the journey doesn't stop there. It still needs tweaks, that human approach, someone that can understand what the business is about, so the content is consistent throughout, and most of all, taking that process off them where they don't have to upload it themselves. You do, and you take ownership of that and then look after the website. So some training on SEO would be ideal. Once you know the content, and understanding how it all works can really make a difference in the next 5 to 10 years. Number 2 is social media marketing. Now this has really picked up in recent years, right? Business needs a social media presence, and a lot of business owners just don't know how to do it. So that's where you come in. Learn the hooks and everything that comes with it, and give the advice to the business. Not just recording content, but coming up with ideas, coming up with the script, coming up with the strategies, working with the videographer, the photographer, and be that main point of contact so that you can get this all together and then schedule it on their social media channels. This role is relatively new, but it's going to be in place for many years to come as more social media channels are coming about. You've got LinkedIn, you've got TikTok, you've got YouTube, Instagram, and all that requires some sort of a presence for the business, and you can come in and help that for them. And things that you need to do is write captions, create viral hooks, schedule posts, reply to comments, analyze what's working, what's not working, and feed that back to the business owner, come up with content ideas. And the key is not for you to be famous as a social media manager or marketer, but it's to help the business be successful. So come up with stories for the business. So this is really a new role that's all of a sudden come about, and there's always fresh ideas out there. So you can even disturb this whole social media plan and come up with an idea with no one else has thought about, and that video can go viral. That's the exciting thing that we're living right now, right? At the moment, people are saying, oh, these are the hooks you need to say, because if you don't say this right, an average person only got like 45 seconds concentration span on this video. It has to catch on, otherwise you'll start losing interest. It's a crazy world we live in at the moment, but all this with the stats that are out there and analyzing the videos is what's created the demand for this new job role. So if you're interested, if you like to be up to date with anything that's new and changing in this fast-paced environment, this career change could be for you. And number one is to be an AI consultant. And this is quite exciting. Now, anyone that knows me knew that there was a once upon a time that I was very much anti-AI, because I saw it as, even though I'm a business owner, I saw it as, could this potentially put my staff out of a job? It's ridiculous, right? It's a robot doing your work. It's not going to be as well as a human being, but things have drastically changed. Don't see it as AI doing your job fully from A to Z. No, it's a tool. And if you use a tool rightly, it could really benefit the business. And you as an AI consultant need to advise business owners on how to responsibly use AI. Now, the business out there that would rely on the AI to answer all their calls without a human touch, and I think that's extreme as well. There needs to be a balance. It's like when I go to a supermarket and the self-checkout tills, for me, I don't like them. I like to have a human being I can interact with. The conveyor belt's nice and long, you put all your grocery shopping there, and then and then pay it at the end. To do it all myself in that, I don't know, I find it a bit claustrophobic, and no, I don't like it. I mean, there are times I like to have that choice. I think that's what it comes down to. And there's people serving as well. If I only got a couple of things in my hand, fair enough, I can go self-checkout. But only have that, and there obviously are supermarkets and grocery shops that have self-checkouts all the time, and I think that's such a shame. I like to think that as a consumer, the choice should be given. So, and likewise with AI call agents, someone doesn't want to speak to them, and as long as there's an option where you can say, I want to speak to a human being, yeah, that's fine, I'll connect you, then that's fine. But to use it completely, I'm not a fan. I'm all about that human touch or human presence, the communication side of things. But you can use AI to enhance, to help the business. So again, as an AI consultant, you can help with that. And not because AI is replacing people, because I think AI, if used rightly, can help people be more smarter. And most business owners, because they're so busy with the business itself, the thought of AI can make them feel quite overwhelmed. Being a business owner myself, when I heard AI, I kind of switched off. So this is a new thing to go into. But and obviously I've learned to adapt it within the business. But this is where you come in. So you can advise the business owners as well. There's nothing to be scared of. There's nothing that overwhelming. You need to just hold their hand and guide them through it. The most business owners will probably hear about is ChatGPT and Claude and think that's it. But there's so much more that you can do. It's just that they don't know where to begin. They don't know that AI can have agents, workflows, processes, and you can come in and learn them and teach them. Now think about it. You can help estate agents, you can help dentists, clinics, solicitors, builders, recruiters, property managers. As a new business, this could really work out for you. And I think what you could do is to start up with a sector at a time. Start with one that you think that gels with you, whether that's the contractors or whether that's clinics, and start somewhere. So build your marketing campaign around that. Understand what the pains and struggles they might be going through, and do your marketing campaign based on that. You can help the businesses with their templates, workflows, their sales funnel, and aim to help them save hours every week. And I think that's where you come in. Business owners don't have time to learn it all themselves. So from all these 5 businesses, there's something that's quite in common with all of them, is that they don't require much investment in terms of financial commitments. They all require you to build connections and relationships. It requires you to learn and to be consistent. Don't give up, because you need to start building a customer base, and you need to identify the problems that you will solve for them. When you pick one of these businesses, and the reason I picked 5 because I don't want to overwhelm you. Any of those 5, if you haven't got a clue where to start, please, you can pick any of these 5, make a start. And if you feel like that's none of these 5 apply to you, then drop a comment down below and then give me an idea, and I can make another video and can delve into that and to see if that's worthwhile for you to start. Because people ask me, what's the best business? And I don't think that's the right question. The better question I think you should be asking is, what problem do I enjoy solving? Because businesses that solve problems will give value. That's where you will find the customers. So you don't need the fanciest office. You don't need the latest MacBook or computer. You don't need a huge investment. You need a problem worth solving and the courage to start. And if you enjoyed this video, I really would appreciate a subscribe and a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.